It was a summer morning like every other summer morning before that one. My room was lit by the windows incandescents. My mind was wandering in boredom's waves, and my feet stumped to my parents' bedroom. "Did you see that Taylor's releasing a new album?" my mom asked. The world stopped. I raced to the other room to find my cell phone as my sight blurred between the lines of reality and jokes. I looked up Taylor Swift on the internet, and I sank on the couch in my parents' bedroom. Euphoria rang on my ears. An unwanted smile appeared on my face. Folklore. Woods. Calm down. It's 7 a.m. I took a deep breath and read all about it. A new album called Folklore, filled with Taylor's whims and fears and dreams. It seemed so different than anything she had ever announced, and I would only have to wait less than a day to listen to it. To be honest, I was just expecting the new music video for Cruel Summer or a collaboration with Katy Perry. After a long day waiting, the night finally rose, and I sat on the couch to wait for the Cardigan music video premiere. That was it. The candlelit cabin, the evergreen forest, the violent waters, the magical piano, the old cardigan. It all became a part of me I knew I could never shake off. They lit the poetic spark within my soul. But the lyrics were something completely different. Vintage tee, brand new phone, high heels on, cobblestones. I still want that Metallica vintage tee because Nothing Else Matters is the best song ever. I have a brand new phone with a case that looks like a cat because it's cute and it goes with me. My favorite thing in the world is wearing high heels, though there are no cobbled streets to be found around here when isolation is all that matters. Because if it's all that matters, then I'd do it. And almost a year later, I still do it. I've got me and my cardigan and the song playing loud on the speakers. When you're young, they assume you know nothing. I've always walked through life's labyrinth knowing what I wanted. But I could see the skeptical looks on people's faces. She's naive, she'll grow up later, she'll outgrow her dreams. But when the climax of the song was approaching, when the storm would tear the sky apart the most violently it could, I heard it, and the realization of everything came pouring in like water on a running river. When you're young, they assume you know nothing. But I knew you'd linger like a tattoo kiss, knew you'd haunt all of my what-ifs. The smell of smoke would hang around us long, 'cause I knew everything when I was young. I knew I'd cursed you for the longest time, chasing shadows in the grocery line. I knew you'd miss me once the thrill expired, and you'd be standing in my front porch light. And I knew you'd come back to me. You'd come back. They all have assumed I knew nothing when I was young. My teachers, my classmates, the distant family that doesn't know me. But when the love story in the song falls as hard as a bolt of lightning, the realization of my own comes out of the buried memories of my mind. A schoolgirl crush that was something more because it haunted all of my what-ifs, and I somehow know the side of me haunted him that day before all of this mess started. Those were the last days the sun shone freely without quarantine or COVID. And there's not a day when I go out to the world and look around and try to chase shadows. And my goodness, I did know everything when I was young. But growing up is scary. Think, this dream isn't feeling sweet. We're reeling through the midnight streets, and I've never felt more alone. It feels scary getting old, from Ribs by Lord. And it all hit hard because of the nostalgia and melancholy quarantine sent me to. Now, I know nothing except that one day something's coming back to another thing.